Hello, and welcome to Terraria Completionism. Now, if you're like me and you've been building stuff in Terraria for a couple hours, and you love natural detail, high texture builds, brickwork, trees, sci-fi structures, etc., you might wonder, what the goddamn can I do with these stinking rainbow bricks? Or any of the rainbow items in the game for that matter. Seriously, I mean, these rainbow items go with basically nothing. I mean, the items look good, but I want something that looks good as part of the world, you know? Well, seeing as my rainbow build got featured in the official Terraria monthly newsletter back in October, I thought I'd do this quick tutorial on how you can make a neat looking rainbow themed build, introducing the Terra Prisma Rainbow Monument. Wah. And this is by no means the only way to make rainbow themed items work in your building. First thing you realize is that rainbow items tend to stand out in other builds no matter how fancy you make them. But they don't look bad next to each other. So naturally you imagine a rainbow colored funhouse or party room or something of that nature. Now, I've done various party room style builds in Terraria Completionism. Suffice it to say, they all require a modernish looking palette of blocks for the outer structure of the space they're in. The exterior is what's tricky. You can't pick anything too medieval or natural. Most bricks don't look good next to anything rainbow. And you can't go with anything high-tech or industrial like adamant beams, copper or tin plating, or Martian conduit plating. And you can't go with anything arcane, magic, or bright colored either, because if it's brightly colored or shiny, it will clash with the rainbow lighting. Maybe the only exception is an Ethereum-style otherworldly build, but that's about it. So you're basically left with items that are white. The exterior I usually go with is platinum brick. You could also use silver brick. Another good one is white team block because it has a modern metallic kind of appearance. The wall that goes well with any team block is chlorophyte, simply painted the corresponding color, so that's what we're going to use here. I haven't tried using office block yet, but painted right, I can see that one working as well. Now with those basic materials, we can construct the frame of whatever room we can use to house our rainbow themed structure. Since rainbow brick is such an unusual object, the centerpiece of the build will be some sort of monument. Obviously, the main world, for which I don't have a time lapse, I made it into a large shape of the Terra Prisma, but you can make anything. In case you want to do the Terra Prisma, I made the sword shape by closely following the image of the Terra Prisma sprite laid out horizontally that you can get from the Terraria wiki. For demo purposes, I'm just going to build a simple symbol. The next thing you might notice is this floating particle effect right next to the sword. This sort of deactuated rainbow bricks floating off into space. This is meant to be pixelation, like rainbow particles are coming off the sword. I actually made a whole base using this pixelation in phase 1 part 11, so go check that out. For my favorite part, once the monument in pixelation is done, how do we animate it, right? To give the structure this sort of moving glow. The annoying thing about rainbow brick is that all the rainbow bricks in the world are completely synced up with how they phase color, and by itself it looks pretty static. But to create the impression of a moving glow, all you need to do is paint the rainbow brick. I don't think I've seen anyone try this anywhere else. Indeed, it's not something that naturally comes to mind. Like, why would you paint an object that already cycles through every color, right? The Terra Prisma is painted from left to right with every color starting from deep red all the way to deep pink, and then brown, gray, and white, and then finally ending with negative paint. Black and shadow were omitted because they actually ruin the glow. So that's the main centerpiece. Once you have that, you can now just decorate around it with all the other rainbow themed items. Adding rainbow wallpaper to the background, maybe some illuminant paint to give it an extra kick. You can also add the Gemspark walls, which are rainbow colored. I did this pattern with only white Gemspark wall, where I cycled through all the rainbow paint colors along diagonal lines. It's kind of meant to be kind of a macro, kind of zoomed in view of what the rainbow wallpaper looks like. So it follows the same exact line as the rainbow wallpaper lines do. Now, then you can go ahead around the space and add add your other rainbow items. You can add rainbow torches, rainbow fire pits. You got some rainbow slime banners. Of course, you could also add fireworks and firework fountain and boxes as well, because those are technically rainbow colored. You might notice I also added these glass pillars on a rainbow wallpaper, or sometimes white background. These are meant to be sort of like a multicolored barber's pole with many stripes. So imagine them spinning. The stripes don't mean anything like they do on a real barber's pole, but they just look decorative and cool. I also used confetti block because confetti block, that's technically a rainbow themed looking item as well. Lastly, we have these random floating shelf like platforms with painted snow and ice. The ice and snow is painted rainbow colors. This is pretty much there just to fill in space. Like the room that this is in, this room is part of a bigger snow biome build, which is kind of why I use snow and ice, but it doesn't really matter. For furniture, you notice you could use glass furniture, which looks really nice next to platinum brick. And another good option is golden furniture painted white or painted some other color. And yeah, that's basically it. And that gives you your nice looking rainbow party room. So all the rainbow items are in here in the game, and they can all be checked off the list for completionism. And if you like this type of build, please check out my other builds on Mr. Creamy's Terraria Completionism on the forums, where everything is listed out, and check out my old Phase 1 main world tour of Terraria Completionism. And of course, stay tuned for more because we have lots of Terraria Completionism stuff to come.